We actually live now? We are. Yeah, buddy. So there we go. Hi, I'm Cheese Grits and NyQuil. This is Western Massacre Locksport. We don't have the spot scheduled. I didn't necessarily know I was going to go live, but I did, and here I am. So we are going to, when more people come on, we are going to discuss the standing of the contest as it is now, because we are getting close to the finish line on that, and we are going to do some picking on this ultra advanced bilock. I've never picked one of these. I don't really know how they work. I've got it in working order finally. Whether it stays there or not, I don't know. It's a very expensive lock. It's a very advanced lock. And I hope I don't screw it up worse than what it was. I think maybe for now, we'll turn this around so that we can do some picking on something easier to get the hands warmed up. I'm just cleaning up my bench. My bench is a shithole right now. I've been playing around with everything under the sun. So let's get this out of my face so I can. Hi, what's up, beautiful people? So I'm not sticking my buddy. So I'm not sticking my throat hole in your faces. Yeah, this place is a dump. I gotta take better care of my workstation. Good, lots of light. I need it because I'm an old blind bastard. And yeah, so let's angle this around and turn it around. We are going to work on the bilock tonight. I'm going to get familiar with this. It is finally in working order. It took a lot of work to get it here. And that's not saying anything about where it came from. The people that I bought it through have been extremely generous with it and have taken very good care of me. So I got nothing I can say negative about it, except for when I first got it, I don't know if it was assembled wrong from where it came from or what the situation was, but we all saw me stick the key in and the key was stuck instantly. So it now works. I now have it with 8 master sliders in it so that it is a purple belt lock. If I get this open, then I have a purple belt coming my way. Yeah. To warm up, I am going to take my non-broken rake. I have a little video I put in the Greyhound giveaway section trying to pick a lock with a triple rake. Single pin pick with a triple rake, and somehow the pick broke. I don't know. I wasn't actually even trying that hard to pick anything, so I don't know how it broke, but it broke. And it broke, and now I'm down to a double rake. So I did pick it with one of Mad Bob's crazier picks. I did pick with this. What's going on? YTFP, Mr. Chris, how are you? Thanks for joining. I did pick it with this as an admission. I don't know if this qualifies because he says he would like a classic rake. This is not technically a classic rake. What's going on, Skip? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming. I'm looking for my better glasses because I have I have readers, which are incredibly strong, and I have glasses that were prescribed to me over a decade ago that I can't see through anymore. So I'm switching my glasses. Got my space peepers on, and it magnifies so much I can't see the chat on my screen, but I can take them off and look. Who we have here? Elroy's Toys. Hello. I am still fighting with your lock. It is still punching me in the mouth, but it's going to get picked. Do you want that coming back to you when I get it picked, or do you want me to ship it out where I see fit? Thanks, Doc. It's good to see you. So we've got 7 people here. I will give a quick update. This are my entries so far. The stars represent people who have taken on the bigger challenge of making a challenge lock. But this is everybody that's in it. I do have a empty page in between here that there's nothing there. These are for t-shirts that I'm going to ship out to people that have shipped me some things. But this is the official deal. We got 2 more days till it ends. So today is, or 3 more days. Today's the 12th. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it ends Wednesday. That's the 15th. And then on the 18th, I will do the drawing. Maybe the 19th, probably the 19th, honestly, because I had the day off. But this is who's in it. We have 45, we have 46 people just for the base entry. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 people in the challenge locks. So that's fantastic. Yeah, buddy. Thank you guys for participating. It's been a better success than I thought it would be. Thanks to you guys. So I've gained about 60, maybe even 70 subscribers since I started this. Rob's Picks, welcome. Thanks for being here. And I appreciate that. I would love to see this number get to 500. 500, I'll probably do another giveaway. A little more grandiose than this one. Make it worth people like going after it. It'll be a harder thing, but tonight's not a sponsor. Diet Coke, the one and only. That stuff will put hair on your chest's hair. So, yeah. Love it. Too bad they don't support the channel yet. So, get my hands warmed up. I am going to work. I'm going to work on picking this. I'm going to use the double rake as a single pin and see if I can get into it. Functional. Like I said before, I used this and I picked one. I don't know if that'll qualify, so I'm going to try again with one of these. I have marginal success with this lock in the first place, which makes it a formidable adversary for me. Master Lock 141. I don't like Master Lock at all. I don't like fighting with the pins inside these things. I don't like the feedback they have. I like nothing about it. But it's a relatively simple lock to pick, supposedly. You'll get to 100 here, buddy. What are you at now? Anybody that's on this live feed right now that hasn't subscribed to Elroy's Toys, please head over to his channel and show him some love. That's how we grow, is the generosity of the people that are involved in this. So he's at 84. He wants to get to 100. Let's get him to 100 if you can. Share his channel. The guy's made a very formidable challenge lock I'm not having very good luck with it. He also picks some very interesting locks. Not easy picks, so it's worth watching his stuff. You might learn something. I know I try to learn something on everybody's channel I watch. Everybody's got something to offer. What is going on? There we go. Pin set. Let's get the rest of these now. I feel the wording in here more than I feel the pens, which is a problem. Yeah, stay consistent. Make videos. You will get where you're trying to get. And the more people that find out about you, the more will subscribe. Yeah, I've been close. I've gotten like some false sets on it, but at that point, I don't know where I'm going with it, which, there we go, and we are open. So this is my official submission for Greyhound's Greyhound Picks giveaway. I will edit this little clip and officially enter it, but that's that. Hands are not warmed, but I did get it open, so it is time to take a look at this beast. If you guys don't know what this is, it is an Australian bilock from the Australian Lock Company. I got this from CMFXA's shop. It is a repinnable and upgradable, downgradable, higher end lock. It goes from purple to double black. Greyhound, I sacrificed one for the sake of you. Remember that. And my dog Freckle laughed at me when I did it. Yeah, he's definitely sold out. I think I'm the only one that somebody else had an issue with their key sticking, and they were able to get theirs. Mine caused a lot of problems, but we are working. We are working. I don't know if it's going to continue to work. Only time will tell. They were generous enough to let me keep this and made it right on their end as well as on my end. So if you're looking at their website, they are a great company to do business with. They are very, very upfront, very, very honest, very, like, they're just good business. So these are the pens that I have taken out of it. We'll zoom in here so you can see them. These are the bad boys that have come out of it. Pen, I don't need my big old fat hand in there. Pen 1, pen 3, pen 5, pen 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. These have all been switched out for master wafers. These are some pretty significant pens. Why does that one look like a master wafer? I don't know. That's false gate, probably false gate. I don't want to uncover these and lose them. So yeah, it's a false gate I'm looking at. But that's what's come out of it. The master wafers have gone in. It is fully downgraded to supposedly a digestible level of a lock. The key is nasty. That is just bananas. The keyway is equally as brutal, but it is now a smooth functioning situation. And I'm happy it is, because it is a beautiful, beautiful lock. It is a beautiful piece of equipment. What's going on, Nola? Thanks for popping in. See Stu Do, how are you? Elroy's, I didn't catch your answer. Did you want me to send your challenge lock back to you, or do you want me to send it off to punish somebody else when I'm done? I don't think I've registered it yet, and I have to go through and register, but I've got a few of them I need to register, but I am going to focus on yours before I focus on the rest of these, just because it is the only one I think I have received that is specifically for my challenge. I should try to get it open before my challenge is over. Okay, we are right in your guys' faces here. No, Stu, you have not missed it. There is 3 days left to my challenge giveaway. And then the submissions, I will stop accepting submissions at that point. So if you can get a challenge lock made and out, I do have you here somewhere for something. What do I have here? See Stu Do. I have you for the basic giveaway, but if you can get a challenge lock, you're right there. You are right there. If you can get a challenge lock put together and out to somebody, you will be in for the larger package as well. So this is a heavy setup. There we go. No, the challenge is just make a challenge lock and send it to somebody. That's part of my giveaway. It doesn't have to go to me. It can go to anybody you want it to. We're going to go with a little bit bigger pick or tensioner. I've got my jimmies. It's funny, the first pick set I ever bought was one of these crummy Amazon kits, and I kept the short hook out of all of them. This is the only one I still have. It works really good for a bypass tool because it is so rigid. But this is the only one I kept out of that first set. I don't remember. I think I gave it to my kid or something, and then he got himself in trouble with it. So that's why I like to say, yeah, teaching kids how to pick it's fun, but it's not necessarily the smartest idea. They don't do smart things. All right, so I am going to start on the left side. Go with a smaller. I'm assuming these sliders will behave like pen and tumbler, and just from tearing it apart, I've noticed that they slide up and down. There's a little channel in the pen that there's sidebars on each side of this. One here and one here. They sit into a groove and they prevent the core from rotating. And as those, they have a leaf spring on them. As those press in, or as they press out, because they're being let go, the pin sets and the sidebar comes out, and then the core will do what it needs to do. I think that's how this works. I don't know. So we are going to spend some time picking away at it, seeing where we can get now that it is functioning. I don't know what I'm feeling for. If anybody has picked one of these or knows really what's going on with them, by all means, please let me know. And thank you guys for jumping in. I didn't schedule this one, so we will be doing live from Western Massacre. It's Tuesday night on Tuesday. That is my chosen live feed time. I came in here and I said, you know what, I need to do an update, and I need to do an entry for Greyhound, and I still need to do an entry for Mountain Mix Halloween giveaway too. I got to look in more detail to what the requirements are for that. I know there's something about a costume, and there's a couple of peculiar situations that he's got. So I gotta get on the right page with that. Agreed, Nola. Kids need to. The right kid is the right kid, but my kid is not the right kid. I'm going to teach you how to do some shit you shouldn't know how to do, and I don't want you to do this, okay? And then, ta-da! I'm in trouble. It's your fault. Yep. Which, you know, I should have. I knew my kid. I should have known better, but I like to share things with him because, you know, what's better than being cool in your kid's eyes? Nothing really. Like, I don't care if my friends think I'm cool. I care if my kid thinks I'm cool. Which sometimes he does, sometimes he don't. When he was younger, I used to build display fireworks from scratch. And he thought that was pretty cool. Like, we used to make some pretty large rockets. And he thought that was pretty cool. He loves to tell his friends about it still, but yeah, that's also one of those things I probably shouldn't have introduced him to at such a young age. But thank God he hasn't developed the pyro fever. Amadesh, how are you? Welcome. I have not seen the new Makis, although I keep hearing about them. I don't own any Makis, and I would like to maybe try them. Not one that likes to have a bunch of gear because too many options is too much. I've got a set of Hux Dimple picks, and then I've got a basic set of multi-pick, and that's too many choices. I've got 2 sets of Jimmy Longs here, as well as some Mad Bobs and some Sparrows and a free Peterson hook that I have not managed to break yet. But that's too many options. I got too much choices. I want to be able to pick everything with 2 picks. That's where I want to be. Yeah, I live in the U.S. Where are you at? Am I saying that right? Amadaj? Amadej? I don't want to keep calling you the wrong name if I'm saying it wrong. I don't blame anybody for not shipping to the U.S. right now. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Currently, my favorite picks, Jimmy Longs. I'm actually giving away some Jimmy Longs. And I am doing them internationally as well, my giveaway. So you got 3 days to get entered. If you go into my channel and sub and go to my giveaway announcement video and just make a comment, you are entered for a basic set of Jimmy Longs. Yeah, I don't want to disrespect you and mispronounce your name. I'm sorry. I'm Amadeus. What country are you from, anyways? Slovenia. Cool. I don't know where that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. But welcome. And if you want to get in on the giveaway, go ahead, make a comment on that video. And if you really want to get in on it, there's a larger set I'm giving away. You got to build a challenge lock and document it and send it off to somebody. But you only got 3 days to get involved, so it's starting to cut it close. I mean, you can build a challenge lock in a couple of hours, but you got to really be going at it. I like my multi-pick dimples. but I don't know. I don't know about their normal picks. Oh, I think I had something set because I just dropped the pin. I thought I screwed it up. Yeah, multi-pick is good. I like my multi-pick dimples. I've never tried any of their normal picks, but I am a Jimmy Long's guy, 100%. And I like any pick that gets me an open. Doesn't really matter who makes it. Even these free Petersons have their purpose. Like they they do open some things. So yeah, the tariffs are brutal, brutal. My $100 set of multi picks is almost double that price because I got the Donald Trump editions. So make sure you guys order from a U.S. distributor because they at least can get enough of that stuff in to offset some of that tariff problem. Yeah, Lockpicker's Bench has some stuff. I wish I would have ordered from Lockpicker's Bench, but I did not. So cheap Amazon pick. Let's see what you do in here. If you screw up my lock, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, I gotta go to Greyhound's site, honestly. I like Greyhound's picks. They're made well. They're nice. Mr. Happy, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, Greyhound's stuff is nice. Like they're well made. I'm being a artist and a craftsman. I appreciate the craftsmanship end of everything, which is why like I'm eagerly awaiting some burn flags. Eagerly. And I will be trying my hand at making some flags and getting in on that craftsman side of everything. This lock is weird. The feedback is not what I expected it to be. I am working on an Australian bilock with 8 master wafers in it to downgrade it to a purple lock. I'm trying to get it figured out. I probably should have progressively pinned it once I got it all working, but this lock's been really finicky for me, so I don't want to tear it apart more than I need to, but I got it working correctly, which is huge because it wasn't a cheap lock. I've been like seriously picking for 3 months, 2 months. I did learn how to pick locks back in 2018, and I did a lot of raking and zipping and just bitch picking techniques, which I will not insult them. The end result is you are into a lock. So, whatever gets you into the lock is a valid pick. I know some people make fun of people that don't single pin pick. I don't care how it's picked. Like, picked is picked. And I appreciate anybody's skill and time that they've put into picking a lock, because some of them can be frustrating. Yeah, this lock is kind of advanced for me even. Like, I've been into a couple of squirrely ones at this point, and this one is definitely King of the hill right now. It's funny, a buddy of mine's like, so can you recommend like a good secure lock? I said, one of these. He goes, what's the hardest lock you've picked to date? I said, an Australian bi-lock, and I'm still picking it. I'm not really sure what I'm feeling for. So like, you know, like when you're picking a pen tumbler lock, like I can tell you what you're feeling for and all of that. In this situation, the pens behave like a pen tumbler lock, but what's going on inside of here is nothing like a pen tumbler lock, aside from the pens going up and down. There's only one set of pens. There's no pens from here up. This is all, this is just all large format, interchangeable core nonsense happening here. The rest of this is slider heaven. Yeah, the key is nutty. So, you could probably get through a prison riot with this key. I don't know if I'm using too large of a pick. I have seen slider picks that look kind of like dimple flags. Maybe I should use a dimple flag in here. Yeah, it's not going to work either. Too thick. So we'll go back to this. I do have a half diamond that I could probably bring into play, which is probably my favorite pick of all times is a half diamond. Unfortunately, I only have one, and I don't really like the handle on it, but I do like using the pick. Okay. Yeah, I wish I might actually, I got to figure out a better situation for these pens to keep them secure. The ones I have taken out, this tape situation is working, but I don't think that's the long-term solution. I just see this as going horribly wrong for me, because that's kind of what happens, is that stuff goes horribly wrong. So I see that as being one of those situations. So I got to figure out a better storage. It would be cool if I had one of these guys that had 12 slots in it. That would be the best scenario ever. But I do not. How many slots do these have? This one has 1, 2, 6. So if I had 2 of these, it would work. But one large one with 12 would be the absolute perfect situation. I could probably talk to Delta 44 and ask him if he's able to build a 12er. 44 Delta. I don't know why I get that backwards. Also another wonderful company to do business with. Oh, I'm using too deep of a pick, that's why. I just recently did a purchase from 44 Delta for some custom stuff, and yeah, very, very nice company to work with. They're just good businessmen, businessship. The custom format that he uses is a little awkward, but ideally at the end of the day, it's really not as difficult as it comes across. But it is a little intimidating. Warded locks, yeah, warded locks are relatively easy to get into, especially if you have master keys. Sparrows makes a set of 6 keys that pretty much will open every commercial warded lock on earth. Just the way that they operate. I'm imagining it's kind of like a cross between a disc detainer and something else, like the internal formats. But 6 basic pick shapes open everything, so I have a set of them. I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm talking about. I can show you if you don't know what I'm talking about. I don't own a warded lock. I used to. I do not anymore. Come on. I do not know what I am feeling for in here. I don't know how much tension I'm supposed to be using. I know little to nothing about these locks except for they are difficult as hell. Yep, nothing drops and nothing was set. All right. Is it still functioning? It is still functioning. Key comes out, yes, which is a tremendous. Yeah, well, we'll give you a look at these tools here. I do keep them in my everyday carry, which is a Reaper set, which I don't carry currently anymore, just because I don't really need to carry them. Yep, 5, no, that's 5. Yeah, it's only 5 shapes. So here are your shapes for warded locks. And I don't have like a demonstrational thing for them for you, but the way that warded locks are built is the mechanism has a bunch of gates in it for these keys to rotate in. Some of them are phony baloney, and some of them will get you to open. But ideally, the actual opening mechanism is in the very back end of the keyway, which these are designed to fit the major brands of cores, keyways of warded locks. And while this one might not open them all, this is a little bit smaller one, so this might get the one that this one doesn't get, and this one's larger. And then you have a couple of other situations here. This is really that you can cut some weird shapes into these and build your own, and they will work. Because it's kind of almost like a bypass. You grab a hold of it and you turn. You don't need all the other ones. You just need the tip of it to function. So that's really all there is to it. I think I've opened about 130 different warded locks with these 5 picks in a period of maybe a year and a half. Everybody has them for lockers, and they lock their keys in their locker, and like it's just perfect for that. So that's what they are. Not much to them. And you'll know when you're looking at a warded lock because the keyway looks kind of like you can't mistake it for anything else. And then it just freely rotates as well. Let's go back to this animal. So, no, quality of tool does not matter with those. I mean, obviously, if you got really jagged metal, you're going to get hung up on everything if it's really sharp. You just need it to be sturdy enough to be able to turn the core. That's really all you need. I mean, they make them in so many different shapes, but those 5 basic shapes for warded locks, sparrows, honestly. Or take a look at what I just showed you and cut your own if you have the capability to do it. If Sparrow ships to where you are, or if you have a local distributor for Sparrows, I would use Sparrows because, I mean, they're just well made. I've had them for years and years and years. And they're inexpensive. I'm like, there's not much to them, so they are inexpensive. Yeah, good luck with it. Anybody at all know what's going on in these locks? Because I'm trying to get it figured out. And it's not. Conky, what's up? Yeah, Covert Instruments also makes the same similar tools. I don't know what their price range is like though. But I mean, anything Sparrows makes, Covert Instruments makes, and they honestly most of the quality on the tools is similar. Similar tool, similar construction, similar handles will all be about the same. It's just different marketing. I appreciate you popping in. I didn't know I was going to do a live, and then I needed to give an update on my giveaway, and I needed to get a Greyhound entry made for his rake single pin picking situation. I don't remember what they called my set that I bought. I think it was like the skeleton keys or something. Yeah, I mean, AliExpress's is probably going to be the same thing. Like, there's nothing to them. Long as the steel is strong enough to withstand some rotational torque, it doesn't really matter where they come from. There's not much to them. And then when you see them in action, it makes you really question warded locks. I will not put a warded lock on anything. Well, I'm glad you came in, man. Hope you subscribe and join us more often. I do a Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so a couple hours later from now. I do a Tuesday night live that goes for a couple, 3 hours. We have fun. We do different things here. Sometimes I work on making T-shirts, and sometimes I make challenge locks, and it's a fun hangout. Yeah, just order from whoever you can get from, honestly. Like, the company doesn't necessarily matter. Like, lock picking, like lock picks in general, there's not much to them. So as long as the metal they're made out of is correct and the dimensions are all, done, and it's really the finish on the product and how it feels in the hand that comes down to preference. I mean, there are some companies out there that are notoriously worse than others. I'm not going to call them out. Well, when you can't sleep, I'll be here for you on Tuesday nights, my man. Yeah, I won't. I won't recommend or de-recommend really any lockpick companies. I will say stay away from like the Amazon pick lockpicks unless you're gonna finish them yourself. Ooh, I think I just set one. I'm not sure. It had a unfamiliar movement and click to it, so. I don't see any sort of progression in the rotation of the lock, so that's, like with dimples, you can actually watch them progressively get picked. This does not seem to be the case. I have seen people pick one side and then pick the other. When you get one side picks, there's like a false set that happens. I don't, but I don't have enough experience in these locks to really make a statement about it. I'm just going to keep ping-ponging back and forth, and hopefully we get a rotation, and then I got a submission. The inside of this lock looks like the cylinder header on a Ferrari. I feel like Lishi tools are more in the league of locksmith work. I don't do any of that, so I don't own any Lishi tools. I do know you kind of need them specific to the type of lock you're working on. You can't just buy like a generic Lishi tool and put it in any lock you want. G. Keyman, how are you, sir? You might have the knowledge I need. I got this beautiful bilock working properly, at least to my knowledge. The key goes in smoothly. The key rotates, the lock opens. I close the lock up and I can withdraw the key now. And I can do it over and over, which means the lock is functioning properly at this point. What am I trying to necessarily do in here with these sliders? I have the 8 master wafers in, and I'm assuming the sidebars are squeezed into the core, and what I'm trying to do is push the pin out from it so that they spring out, because that's what the leaf springs do, is push it out. I'm assuming that's what happens. Or I'm pushing it in there, and then once it's in there, it can rotate, and then it keeps it in there and it goes. I'm not sure. Maybe you have more insight than me. You are quite a knowledgeable person about most of this stuff. If anybody doesn't know G. Keyman, brilliant, brilliant person. Lots of knowledge. Get a chance to pick his brain, do so. You will learn. I don't feel anything. I don't see any. Nothing feels binded to me. I don't know what I'm looking for. Maybe I'm not going deep enough. And there's something in the back I need to catch. But yeah, Conky, the inside of this thing looks like a Ferrari. Like you got 6 pinholes on each side, and it literally looks like a V12 engine cylinder, engine head. Out to the side channels of the body. When you tension the lock, you're pushing the sidebars towards the pins. Yeah, okay. Maybe I should try tensioning the other way. I don't know if I need really light tension or if I need moderate tension. I'm not really sure what I need. I'm guessing moderate. We'll get it figured out at some point, but it's funny that this is in the same category as this lock here for difficulty, because this is a way more complex situation. Black Smoke Joe, hello and welcome. Good to see you. Yep, nothing dropped, nothing is set. Are we still operational after all this poking around? We are still fully operational. Good. Backstabber, are you on this? I just saw Backstabber post something in the Discord from my, Backstabber is in this, and he is in my challenge lot giveaway too. Quick update, we've got 45, 46 people entered into the basic giveaway, and we have 9 challenge lock entries. So you have a 1 in 9 chance of winning a really nice set of Jimmy Longs. Shipped direct to your doorstep, free of charge. Let's change tensioners. Maybe my bad hands are just in the way, and we'll try one of these ergos. You go to my video that says 200 subscriber giveaway on anointment. I got a typo in there. You go to that and you just type hello and you make sure you're a subscriber. You type hello and you are entered for the basics. In order to get entered into the larger lockpick set giveaway, you need to build and document, the details are in the video, a challenge lock and send that to another lock picker in the world. I don't care who gets it, as long as you share your frustrating piece of mechanical masterpiece with somebody else, you're entered. Whether they pick it or not is irrelevant. Although it would be nice to see these things get picked on camera someday. And it would be nice to see some of them come across my bench, which a few of them have made it here already. That would be the ideal, but that's all you got to do. You going to turn all those into challenge locks there, Keeman? I wish I knew what I was feeling for in this keyway. Like, I wish I knew what the correct set on a. I'm gonna have to do what you said and like progressively pin this thing, I think, just so I know what I'm feeling for, because I just don't know what I'm feeling for. But like, it's a lot of pin. I mean, I got 8 pins here that I got to keep track of, and I've got 12 pins in the lock I got to keep track of. So that is a nerve-wracking situation, to say the least. Let's try it this way. everything feels springy, so I'm not sure if I'm just tensioning incorrectly or not tensioning at all. There's no little doohickey that you need to shim or anything, so. This is confusing, to say the least. I think I am going to have to go ahead and tear this lock apart and progressively just take out the right-hand side. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Oh, we got some clicking. And I don't know if like the set pins feel really solid or what the deal is yet. I've watched a couple people pick this and I didn't really get the basic gist from those videos. Marson, I believe, picked one of these with no master sliders in it, which makes it a double black lock. And that, I mean, aside from just getting a pick on it in general with 12 pins in it, like, I don't care if there's masters or not, like, that's a lot of pins. Yep, nothing dropped, so I don't think anything was set. Yeah, I'm gonna end up ripping this bad boy apart. Let me get some more tape on this because I don't want to lose these pins. There we go. Maybe, I don't know who picked it with what. I mean, I can try with a, maybe these Mad Bobs would actually work. Like, there's some pretty cool, this might actually work. I don't know. We're gonna take some pins out of it though, and maybe Greyhound's picks are the answer, since they have that little nubbin in them. That might be the answer. Oh, Terraphone, what's up, bud? Yeah, it's me, buddy. Welcome. I'm glad you were able to catch me. I don't know. Oh, this might be the answer too. Things are good. We are working on this insanely intricate bilock that is now functioning correctly. After lots of work and frustration, whatever was wrong with it, I have managed to correct. See you later, Elroy's. We will get that picked and on camera soon. This I promise. Yeah, let's try the multi-pick and see if that... I know they use different, is this the way to go? They use different, like I saw some like slider picks that literally look like dimple flags. Thank you. I don't know if that's the answer or what the deal is with these. I don't know if reverse engineering helps. We are just learning this lock, so, and I got my multi-pick stuck. The pins are very pointed and sharp on the key side for these. I think Swampy got one of these too. I'd like to, he's probably already got it picked. I would like to know what his deal is with it, if he's, you know, we're still functioning, so. I'm worried that it's going to get laid up again because I don't know what was really actually wrong with it. But we are learning the lock. That's what we are doing. And as you can tell, I am procrastinating. I am beating around the bush because I am scared to take it apart again. But we're going to. I need to keep track of these pens. One, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. These are the pins that are not mastered. I wish I had a better storage system. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That is definitely not what I wanted to do. But we didn't lose anything, so we're in good shape. Okay. Everything is adhered. And that is huge. Okay. Tape is your friend. When you don't want to lose things, tape it down. That is my suggestion. That is my pro tip of the month. Tape it down. Okay. There we go. So those are the pens that belong in it. I will keep them in the box. Yeah, right. I will probably wipe them down with acetone and put a drop of oil on them again when it comes reassembly time. But for the purpose of making sure I don't scramble them and lose them, that's the answer. Yeah, launching pins is, that's a real thing. Too real. G. Keyman, are you still here? If you're here, do I remove the sidebar? If I take the pins out of one side, do I remove that sidebar? Is that what I do? Amadeus, thank you, man. Amadeus, Kablik, however you say your name. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm not trying to. .52 pickup. That is also a real thing. I have lost that game more times than I can count. I will say, I like this lock body. It will just keep the tension you need. Same if there's no pins to block it. So it won't affect it at all if I leave it in or take it out? Or I will feel it, my tension. Should be fine in, okay. It'll behave appropriately since it can move freely. I guess that's my concern. We're going to find out once we get it back together, though. That's for sure. Okay. We are going to remove bottom side. 3 goes up, 3 goes up. Okay. What is going on here? I got this working. I got the bilock functioning correctly, and I've been working on trying to get it picked. That's what's going on. I am now removing, I'm going to remove, as we look at it, the bottom stack of pins, which will be the right side of the lock as we look at the keyway. This way I can progressive pin it, or at least in theory. Mr. Mick, welcome and thank you. I need to get entered in your Halloween situation. What do I have to do? I know I have to wear a costume or something. What is the feat that needs to be done? You gotta sleep, man. Sleep is needed. My mentality is I'll sleep when I'm dead, but that ages you very prematurely. Any lock, share your favorite candy samples. Do I need to pick that lock? Your last count. Actually, if you take out a sidebar, that makes the sidebar no need to remove the pins. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to take out that sidebar. Then I don't need to even play with the pins, which are squirrelier than hell. That makes sense. only need to pick it if you want to win. I might just fucking dress up and drag just to go on your show, dude. I ain't gonna pick nothing. I'm just gonna sit around and drag. Give you all a surprise. God, he's so hairy. All right, so sidebar's in. One is not in. It doesn't rotate freely. Key's going in. And it opens. Yeah. Okay. Does the key come out again? Yeah, key comes out again, and we are good. So all I got to do is pick one side at this point. Good. This is going to go in the box so I don't lose it. Thank you for that suggestion, G. Keeman. That's why I ask you questions. Did you read that somewhere or just use that beautiful brain of yours to... add 2 and 2 and get 4. Yeah, Mick, I didn't even advertise this feed, so I'm really happy it. Yeah, after you said it, it made sense. I'm really happy you made it to the show because I didn't advertise it. I didn't even mention I was going live. It just kind of happened. You know how I do it. Tuesday night, 11 o'clock. Giveaway ends Wednesday. Drawing will be on the 18th was my first thought, but I think I'm going to, whatever day Sunday is, a week from today, will be the drawing. We've got 46 people, I think 47 now. I have to go back and confirm that our new friend has joined in on the fun. Okay, yeah, we rotate. It's not really smooth, but it rotates and it comes out. And we're going to put it back in the lock because I just want the satisfying ka-chunk of it opening. It's such a hefty lock that the release on it is beautiful. That's okay. You miss, you miss. You're here. That's even better. Okay, check it one more time. Functioning, and key comes out. Yeah, we're in good shape. Okay, let's see if I can figure out what I'm feeling for now. Did you see my my little spoof entry for Greyhound Pickings giveaway there? I posted on his giveaway slot on the Discord. My dog came in to say hi to him, and then my pick broke. I'm not really sure how it Dean peed, but it Dean peed. We're going to use the half diamond. Yeah, it's a funny video. It's very, very short. Yes, I am in the habit of that. I already turned it a few times before I put it into the lock, just to be sure. I should probably do it before the screw goes in. I don't like picking with a multi-pick. Let's go on record for that, at least for this purpose. That feels a little better to me, the big fatty side. This is probably too big, no? Seems all right. I need to go back and watch some more videos on people picking these so I can try to reverse engineer the tactic that they're using. Oh, I got some rotation. I don't know if that was just because I wasn't pushing hard enough in the first place. Tensioning clockwise. How are you, Decipher It? Put the tensioner in. Okay. Too much torque on the, I'm guessing what you're talking about is this piece right here. The, this piece right here is what you're referring to. Push against that, not the other way. Yeah, that's good advice. So that the torque is going against the wall is what my brain is telling me from what you just said. I'm not feeling the dimple pick in there. Let's go back to the Jimmy Longs. And let's get out a Mad Bob too. Get out a Greyhound. We're going to try a Greyhound in that. I think this Mad Bob is the one I want to try. These goofy shapes. The one on the right is missing. So I'm going to have to go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. This way. Nico, what's up? Yeah, it was great seeing you last night. Been a good day. I had the day off. Any day off's a good day. I haven't done much with it, but I did get caught up on some horribly needed sleep. Yeah, it opens going either way. No, it won't because it gets stopped by the tailpiece. If I take it out, it will. If I take it out of the core or out of the lock body, and I don't necessarily need the click. I got tomorrow off too. I actually have a bunch of shit I need to do tomorrow. I need to clear Kona painting, and I need to set up a new shelving system in the basement to get my shit off the floor. And then I would like to get a Mountain Mick entry done, and I would like to get a purple belt lock pick that I haven't picked yet, but I don't see that happening. Okay, we are secure here, and it rotates both ways. There's Swampy. Have you gotten your bylock yet, buddy? And if you have you played with it? I got this working finally. Fully functional. I'm actually got it downgraded so much that I feel like a stooge right now, but like I got to really figure out what I'm trying to feel for on these pens. Ah, right on. Yeah. Have fun putting your masters in there unless you're just going to leave it like 70-degree black belt lock. It is interesting, to say the least. It's a really neat mechanism. I do not know what I'm feeling for. Pens. I feel pens, and they feel springy. I know there's a little tiny pin that needs to slide into each pin. And when I say tiny, they are small. And they need to enter into a very small hole in the pin. That one felt like it's set, actually. As long as your key goes in and out correctly from the start, you'll be good. I can help you like navigate through the lock. It is an interesting arrangement in there. But I feel it's important that you rip any lock apart, not lock apart, because then you just get so intimate with it. You know more about it than just by picking it. That's my opinion. It's not really important that you tear anything apart, but for me, it's important. Right now, I just have 6 pins in it, and they are master wafered. So it's probably a green belt lock at this point. But it's only one side has pins, and but it's such a unique mechanism that like it doesn't feel like a dimple lock. It doesn't feel like a pin tumbler lock. Oh, I think I just saw a little rotation in the core. Weird. Maybe it's just this little thing that's binking that's giving me little pops. But yeah, it's something because it keeps popping over and over. I did not. I am willing to open mine up again. I was a little nervous to do it on camera, but I am willing to do it again. It's really not that big. It's not that big of a gut. Like you can pull the core out as long as you hold on to the sidebars. You're good. Pins will not go flying. Sidebars and it's probably information good for everybody to know. Keep track of your sidebars. Which one is on which side? Which markings are face up and which ones are face down. That will help you dramatically putting it back together. Yeah, we can video anytime you want, man. It's it is nerve-wracking though opening them. You know, it's not really a big deal, but okay, now I'm getting pops and clicks like a normal pen tumbler at this point. I don't know if that's a good thing or if a bad thing. This is a bent half diamond style pick from Mad Bob. I feel like it's got a different enough profile. I get a little more leverage because of the bend, and it's not too obnoxious. Like, I feel like I've got too much going on with the Jimmy Longs in there. The Greyhound pick, I feel like the little scoop on the end of the pick is kind of working against me. So I've gone to this just to see. Just to see. Here's some Mick Schmooze and Lockpicker's bench. Wonder what just went down. I love watching Mick interact with everybody. He's got such a knack for networking. Yeah, nothing drops, so. I expect to hear like pins drop like a pen tumbler, but that's not what's happening. So I don't know if things are set or not set. Hear weird noises in my house. I'm thinking it's my my dog. I need to go check on her. Be right back, guys. What's going on here? Are you eating that ball? Oh, yeah. She's down there smiling at me, so she's into something she shouldn't be, but I don't really know what. All right. Back at it. I'm counterclockwise tension because somebody just said I got to go back and look at it. There's a couple things people said. First off, I've removed the sidebar on the right. So It's not even in play. And the cipher says if tensioning clockwise, put the tensioner in the left slot. You can break this little centerpiece off by putting, if you rotate it this way, you can break this piece off. And if you rotate it this way, you can break it off that way. But because I don't have any sidebar active here, I am on this side rotating this way. That's why I'm doing it. If that makes sense. It's harder to explain than what the idea really is for me. Words are hard, ideas are difficult. I don't know how much tension I'm supposed to be putting on this. I got quite a bit, actually. I don't feel really anything binding necessarily. They're all pretty springy. So I don't know if I need to increase tension. Like I'm just kind of poking around. Yeah, I just added more tension. That pin just stayed in the position I put it in. So that might be the ticket. Ooh, it dropped back down. Yeah, that thin tab, like if you're putting rotational torque on the bottom of it, like you could probably shear it off relatively easy. I mean, I'm sure that it's hardened steel, but I mean, it's not how you want to go out. Let's put it that way. Oh, there's Greyhound. What's up, buddy? Didn't see you sneak in. How are you? I was trying one of your picks. 25 thousandths. I don't know which one you would call this. I was trying that out in here. It fits nicely. It moves nicely, and it's a nice, like your pick is built like a tank. But I think your little ball cupper there is causing me some feedback issues. So I stopped using it, but it's a strong pick. Full-time job, Mick. You need to start getting paid. Come on, why am I having so much difficulty with this lock? We will get her figured out. Believe you me. I will open this lock on every difficulty setting known to man. Like the concept behind what's happening in here isn't as difficult as it picks. And once I put that sidebar back in, it immediately goes to a purple level lock. So hopefully we can get it figured out soon. I lost all sensation of the spray of the pens. Still functional. Greyhound, if I can ask, where did you come up with some of these pick ideas? Like, you've got some interesting profiles that I've never seen anywhere, and some of them are incredibly cool. Yeah, you're only going to be gone for the first month, Mick, and then once the novelty of being back home with the old lady is gone, you'll be back. You'll be back. We ain't losing you for good. I know that. I don't know what the problem was, Swamp. I did run some 400 grit sandpaper and knocked all the severe jagged points off the tip. But I will guarantee you, pulling the key out when it was stuck is what caused everything to seize up. And I had to rip it apart to get everything repaired again, but I did. And it's operational. So I don't know what initially caused it, but it jammed up real bad right out of the box. If you guys remember on the live feed where I unboxed it, I felt bad because the company, like, he runs a good store, he's a good businessman, he took care of his end of everything without even hesitation or questioning what I did. He was good. So buy with confidence. If you buy through CMFXA shop, like, he's professional and does a good job. As far as what caused it, I don't know. I've got some extreme. Yeah, he's good. I got some extreme high to low to high bidding on my key. I don't know what the rest of them look like. Mine has some huge jumps and drops. Perfect example right there. Max, lowest max. That causes problems in locks. So I had to smooth that out a little bit. But make sure you either take photographs or document well when you pull it apart so that you can put it back together the way, because the pens have unique shape to them. And you don't want to have to, to recode the pen order the hard way. That's never fun. Yeah, those deep to high cuts cause problems. So I'm guessing that's what initially jammed it up. There's also, on the right-hand side, there's a low with an extremely sharp to a climb here, which this first pin on the right was getting locked in the top position from trying to pull the key out. So I know it has to do with the bitting on the key, and not that somebody did something wrong to it. It was super extreme. And just due to the nature of there being so many pins in here, like you can see into the lock. You can see pins. However, you can't see past the first pin. So what's going on behind there, you really don't have any idea. But I could see that this pin here was freezing in the upright position and not releasing when I would pull the key out. And it took damn near an active Thor to get the key out of there. I was worried I was going to destroy something completely trying to pull that key out. But now it goes in and out beautifully. So, and it operates. I might have to go back to picking something easier just to make myself feel better. Andrew G, what's going on? Yeah, love the Bylock too. Love to hate it right now. Crisp, refreshing. Not a sponsored Diet Coke. They should sponsor me and the Mountain Mix Show and all the rest of your channels as well. Yeah, Diet Pepsi too. They could do better by sponsoring some poor lock pickers channel. Sam's Cola as well. If you can get Newport on board, oh hell yeah. I don't smoke anymore, but smoking's bad for you. But if you can get them sponsoring you. I'm pretty sure most people that are into lock picking smoke at some point in their life. It's not something that you see too many Dudley do-riders getting involved in. Sell out, Mick ain't picky. Yeah, sell out with me, my friend. That's right. Who was that band that recorded that? Was that Real Big Fish? I think it was Real Big Fish. Storm Blast, what's good? Having a great one. How are you? Yeah, Real Big Fish. I'm not a big ska guy, but I do like them. You know what? It is what it is. Like, ain't nothing wrong with making money doing something. Like, everybody needs to make money. And if they want you to put your ideals on hold for a little while to make money, then you got to do what you got to do because the family needs to eat. Yeah, good. chill, relax, get your zen on, watch me get beat up by an Australian bylock. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Leahy probably thanks you too. He may or may not be watching. I don't know. He's a lurker. He does pop in and say hi every once in a while, but he is a lurker. Right there, guys. Monday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern. Go there. All you got to do is type in a comment, 543. Got to include the numbers 543. And then a suggestion for him to paint for the following week. And then you are entered for the next week to win one of his amazing paintings. Yeah, please do. Get rousted and part of it's like get involved with his feed. Get yourself eligible to win some paintings because they're incredible. And even though the ones that he gives away aren't the pinnacle of his ability, they are incredible. And when you get them, they are more mind-bogglingly beautiful than what you even imagine when you order it. So photographs and me putting them on YouTube don't do them any justice. Like, they are good. And then if for some reason along the lines you decide you want one of his microscopic razor blade paintings, like, holy smokes, they are something. I definitely want to buy like one of his full pieces at some point. I will do it at some point. He runs sales numerous times the year. Really good ones, actually, so that he can liquidate some of these bigger paintings that he has because they are not cheap. But you can get a free one like every Monday night. You're eligible. Stormblast, this is known as an Australian bylock. It is a 12-pin slider. It is, this was a kit from CMFXA. Is that it? From his shop. It is a progressively pinnable lock that goes from purple to double black. When you receive it, it is a double black, and then you change out some of the sliders for master sliders. So right now it is pinned as a purple lock, but I've removed one of the sidebars, so it's only half a lock at this point. I'm just trying to figure out how to tell when I'm picked. I don't know if I've ever actually set a pin in it because it's sliders and not pin tumblers. And they definitely feel different. Yeah, Tokyo Skyline painting that he's doing on his open lab is unbelievable. Like, he did a skyline of New York City as a reflection off of a window of a skyscraper being cleaned by a window cleaner, and he painted it on a razor blade, and it's unbelievable. I don't know if you've seen that one, but it is unbelievable. Little 1-inch by 2-inch razor blade, and it's so detailed. I would love to have one of those paintings. Something just popped on the first pin, so maybe we're good there. Probably not, because it dropped back down. I don't know how much tension to put on it. Like, without that sidebar, there is a lot of sloppiness, so I know when I get it halfway picked, there'll be some rotation in the core. That I've learned now from doing this. And I thought I saw, like, as you set these pins, you get a little more rotation for each pin that sets. But that could have been a different lock. Thanks, Stormbless. Welcome back, Labs. You working tonight, buddy? Holy moly, we might have to go back to the Jimmy Longs because the handles on these Mad Bobs are like razor blades, X-Acto knives. And it's funny, there's all sorts of clicks and pops happening, but because there's no pin tumbler system, I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to be hearing. There's a leaf spring in there that pushes a sidebar in. I don't know if that's what's making the noise or if it's the pins dropping, or there is springs above the pins that push them down. But the pins themselves have a hole in the side of them that the sidebar goes into. I will say, if this was in my house door, I would be happy. even with a sidebar missing. And it could also be my pick choices wrong. Because I have seen them picked with flags. And slider picks kind of look like flags. So I don't know. I don't know if that's coming into play or not. The pins are very pointed. Tell you what, at 12 pins, you're not sticking a tool in there and just shearing off the guts of it. I'll tell you that much. Not like a quick set. Which I got to keep that in mind as I work on my quick sets, so I don't open it just by shearing the guts off. I mean, I don't think I can put that much rotational force on with a tensioner, but maybe I can. Or maybe a little dude without a suit too, just a dude, little nude dude walking in. I'm more scared of him than the one in the suit. Little nude dude smoking a big stinking cigar. Coming through your house. Yeah, no thank you. All right. Oh, I heard something drop. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm clearly doing something wrong. Make sure she still works. She's still operational. Let's go the other way. Yep. Key comes out really easy. I'm thinking. I'm looking at it. And I don't know. I want to push counterclockwise, but now I'm scared to with people telling me I can shear off this little centerpiece, so we're not going to. But maybe we will try to tension a different way. I don't think it's the tensioning at this point. I think it is purely my substandard picking at this point of the game. No, there's you can't really get in there far enough to, I mean, maybe if I use a thinner one, you can't really get in there. Like there's no rotational torque there. So if you look at it this way, I can get rotation on the core, but I can't the other way. So we're gonna try it like this though. Rest my hand on it nice and heavily. Yeah, the good idea fairy has failed me numerous times on this thing so far. But that's okay. It might be the bad ideas that work. That's a bad idea. Let's try it. At this point, I just want to learn what makes it tick. And if I got to break it down to one pen, then I guess I'm going to break it down to one pen. I wish there was a way to see what the sidebar is actually doing when you're, but I don't even think a cutout would work in the case of this. Although maybe if somebody could cross-section it in between pens, maybe you could get a little view of how the actual sidebar behaves. Although I have a pretty good idea just from playing with it what it does. The pens that are in the sidebar are about the size of a needle in diameter, and they go through a hole that's approximately the size of the hole in one of these. Those little holes there, that's about the size of the pins in the sidebar. So you're putting them into pretty small opening. So I'm sure it's pretty easy to overshoot. Although I've got numerous mastered pins in here, which make that hole a little bit bigger. Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting pick. Let's just say that. I would like to get like a half open though. Like that would be nice. Then at least I know I'm on to the right situation. I don't even know if regular lock picks work in these. Because I don't feel like I'm getting any progress. Guess, yeah, I guess I'm going to break it down even more. At this point, I'm not scared of it anymore. I just need to know what them pins feel like when they set, because I don't know what I'm feeling for. Yeah, well, that's what the Mad Bob's is a European pick, so. I mean, Australia was founded by Europeans, but they certainly don't identify as European. They are a very proud country. Okay, sidebar out. 3 dimples are up. 2 dimples are down. I just want to open everything with Jimmy Longs. I don't even want to have other picks. Like, I just want one pick to open everything, but I know that's not the case. I know it's never going to be the case. Oh, shit. Do you see that? Ba-doing! One spring just launched. I don't know where it landed. I saw it go over here into this pile of stuff. I have other springs, so I'm not too worried about it, but I lost one. Yeah, there it is. I lost one the other night when I gutted it, and I found it on the damn carpet. Like, they're small springs. They are little tiny springs. So that one just launched, and I found it. So that was left side. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to catch none of this shit in anything. I want it to stay right where it's supposed to be. Imagine finding a spring in your beard out of nowhere. Like, what the hell? All right. The problem with the mechanism here is this thing, it doesn't just slide really easily. Oh, I got a tweaked spring, it looks like. Am I just seeing shit? Yeah, I got 2 tweaked springs, it looks like. Maybe more than 2. Oh, that just happened. Yeah, buddy. Boy, Gritch, you are a dumbass. I got a bunch of tweak springs. Screwed it up the last time, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 5. One's on the floor. Okay, those are all out. Oh man, that is one gnarly tweak spring. That might be why I can't get it open. So I am definitely needing to replace one spring, and can I find the other one? I don't even have a flashlight up here. That sucks. I'm gonna say that one is officially gone. I'll probably roll over it with my chair at some point and go, oh, there it is. Crushed. Yeah, okay. I might be able to order me some more of those springs, but it's not a bad thing to have laying around. Extra springs, if anything. I need some for American Lock. I do have, looks like 4 here that came with it. So I might be able to reach out. He sells like oddity stuff for parts, so he might actually have springs that I can buy. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say that man is in my carpet. So I'm gonna leave him. I've found multiple missing springs at this point. So I am gonna leave that one by the wayside. Maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't. Looks like I got a crunched one here too, but we're gonna try and use it. I found it on the carpet last time, but yeah, it's on carpet, so I'm going to consider it just gone. I've got 2 springs left as spares. Those pins are going to stay. I am going to take out I'm going to take out 3 pins. We're going to operate with 3 pins. Okay. These pins are very interesting. They have a little channel in them that the sidebar post rides in, and then it goes into that little hole, which, yeah, this is a master wafer because it's larger hole that this is pin 5. Go with pin 6. Damn it. Pin 6, and we're going to take out pin 4. Just run with the front 3, just so I can be careful dumping it. These also have a direction that they have to go when they're in, because of they're not round, they have a flat spot. So when you put them back in, you gotta line them up. They do a good job at staying where you put them, but they do gotta go in a specific way. Okay. I'm not gonna bother putting the spring. Yeah, I'm gonna put the springs back in because I don't want to ding dong them, and that's that. I don't want to try and keep track of them on the bench either. Yeah, this is like, somebody asked what it looks like. I mean, it looks like the engine block for a Ferrari. It's kind of nutty. But I find like getting comfortable with them being open is an amazing learning experience. Not always the best idea, but like we witnessed today, I opened it up and lost a spring, found it immediately, then lost another one right out the gate. So thank God it comes with extras. And I am going to actually reach out and see if I can buy more of them. I might actually just contact Australian Lock Company and see if they'll sell them to me. And if they'll just put them as normal postage, like pretend it's a letter. If they send me 50 of them, maybe 6 of them will make it without getting squished. I don't know. The little nipple was actually towards the key. I don't know if I want to put it in that way. I think I want to put it in backwards to make it easier to pull out next time, because it is kind of a nightmare pulling it out. But it doesn't seem like it wants to go in backwards. Shut up, Beavis. Yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to go in backwards, but it does go in backwards because the whole thing fits in there. All right, whatever. We're going to put it in the way it's designed to go in. This little brass piece is not dull. It is extraordinarily sharp. Just for anybody that may find themselves intricately inside of one of these things, they are not dull. Like a little tiny X-Acto blade. There's really not that much tension on the springs. Uh-oh, that's not what we want. Shear those springs off. Yeah. Yeah, this lock could do some damage to your under your fingernails if you're not careful. Slide right up under there, and yeah, you're going to be sorry and sad. Okay. Put the side bar on again and put it back in its home. Make sure it's operational. Operational with 3 pins in it. 3 functioning pins. seen it here first. How to lose springs out of an Australian bilock. Those things shoot right out of there if you're not careful. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, maybe I can cut some like master lock springs to go in there because, I mean, they're decent sized spring pen holes, but maybe you could cut a spring to go in there. They're short. They're really short springs, so you would have to cut something in half, I think, to replace it. I don't know if that changes the difficulty of the lock just due to tension, but yeah, they launch, man. That kinetic turns potential quite easily. And then goodbye. Yeah, we are operational. Okay. Yeah, you just gotta like be slow. I kind of jerked with mine there and uncovered too much. Like it was resistant and then it wasn't resistant. So you just gotta kind of watch out for that. Okay, so three pens. Can we get it open? Right in the dimples. Mr. Spoon, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. I've got a bunch of distataners here. Which one are you looking at? I got the Anchor Loss. I've got the Zarker. I've got an Abus 8840 Plus. I've got two of the Abaloy Century 330s. Which one you talking? Yeah, and I've got none of them open yet, so don't even ask me for tips yet, because I've got about 6 hours of picking invested into them, and I'm not in them yet. Oh, I also got one of these guys, a little Angia Bows. I got that one from Amazon. The Zarker you can get off Amazon. This one is the J45S. These three locks are on loan to me, as well as a custom-made pick tip for the Anchor Loss, which is a purple belt distatainer. Some reason I thought I was going to start getting into those right away, so, you know. Broke Pick suggested the Angia Bow for me because he hates the Zarker. So both of them right now are on my I hate you list. I don't get anywhere with either one of them. Yeah, I got a bag full of ejectors over there. So yeah, like, okay, 3 pins in it, and I still get nothing. Like, they just bounce. So maybe I need a deeper pick to push them up higher. Go back to Greyhound, and they aren't doing anything. So this is kind of weird. Thumbs in the way. Got no footage for you. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, this Abus is actually pretty good size, so. These pins just bounce. Bumbles bounce. There's only 3 active pins, so something needs to be seasoned up. Can't pick something that you can't feel. There's no resistance. Like, that's crazy. Crazy talk. That would explain why I'm getting no progress with any of it, because there's no feedback. One, two, three in the back. There we go. That one's maybe binding. Oh. I feel like you hear clicking. This is something, man. It's not cheap either. It is definitely an interesting lock and an interesting mechanism, though. I'm having a good time with it. I mean, in the sense of I can't fucking pick it, but it's okay. It's eventually it's going to get picked. I promise you that. I will get into it, even if I got to start at 1 pin and go to 2, and I will get into it. It's so weird, though. I can't figure out why I can't feel pins set, and if they're set, I don't know. Light tension. Let's go light, real light tension. Something just popped. Something just popped. Yeah, good luck on those bests. I can only rake one of mine open. I can't get it to control. It is funny when you get them to control, though, because the core will just come right out. I do remember picking a best to control. Didn't know that that's what I was doing, though, because I said to my buddy, I'm like, Christ, you picked this one and it just falls apart. But I never got that one to open, just control. Okay, that. I might have to make a pick for this. What the hell do I need to do? Yeah, good luck. I hope you hit it. Like, control is... Everybody says they like to go one or the other. I'd be happy to send you a best padlock with no core if I can get one to control, but I can't. I might just go back to putting like the natural 8 pins in this and just progressively pinning it from 1 all the way up to 8. Get rid of the master wafers. Oh, this is starting to get frustrating. Maybe I need to get the pin up higher, is what I'm wondering. See if I can get a higher lift pick. I don't know if set pins are solid or not. This one feels really solid, whatever I'm poking there. Not anymore. All right, Spoon, thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Oh. And then it dropped back down. I can't imagine it should drop if it's setting. Once that bar slides in there, it should be in there. Yeah, this ain't the answer either. Okay. Peterson's for the win? Is that the answer? You know how happy that would make somebody if Peterson's for the win? And yeah, I don't feel like I'm getting the pin high enough to mesh with the sidebar, but then again, I feel like I'm too high and I'm overset. Share, like, and subscribe. Please and thank you. Good call. I got more likes than I got viewers. That's a start. Thank you very much, everybody. City rake for the win? Is that how this works? That's the next challenge. Rake open and buy lock. Thanks, Stormbus. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate the support. Oh, something just gave me some play. I felt the core rotate, but I guess I didn't. for Greyhound's thing. Rake used a single pin pick of bylock. Official entry. Now I'm just literally like exhausting every pick I have. Although the beginning of this is my official entry for Greyhound's giveaway. Yeah, this is something. I will say I'm glad there's leaf springs on the sidebars and not normal springs, because I would have lost those springs by now. And we are, oh, something did something. Oh, tensioner slid out, that's what happened. These can't be this damn hard to pick. They really can't be. I have to be doing something horribly wrong. Before I have an accident. Because I will have an accident. Tape your pens down, ladies and gentlemen. Friends don't let friends launch pens and springs. Tape your pens down. We are operational, so I don't know. If, yeah, I am definitely going to have to do a little more research on picking this lock, because at this point, picking it with 3 pins that are active that should get me a black belt from the way this is working. I should be superhuman. Have you heard of twisty pick, Chris? If you haven't heard of twisty pick, that's your answer. No need to break. Twisty pick. Technique that the phrase is coined by Vector Potential. Incredible picker. He does a video on twisty pick explaining exactly what he's doing and what it does. A lot of times we naturally do it, but like if you put it in your mind as twisty pick, like then you'll think about it when you do it, and that might help you a little bit. And it is exactly what the name sounds like. Come on, why can I not get this to set? Don't tell me I gotta take 2 more pins out and really go to 1 pin. Just got a little rotation. I am tensioning the way I was told not to, just because that's me. I am not putting very much pressure on it, but I am tensioning the way I was told not to. And we may learn a very valuable lesson before this is over. I do not understand. Huh. The frustration right now is real. I can't be that inept of a picker that I can't pick it with 3 pens. Can I? I mean, can I? Yeah, it's confusing. Like everything I think I know is being proven wrong by this lock. And how I do things is pin 1 is set. It did not come back down. I know it is set. Pin 2 feels set. Pin 3, don't tell me that's what's holding it up. Oh. Okay, so pin 1 is not even visible right now. Is that what I need to do, is get them way in there like that? I'm not getting any core rotation if that is the case. Am I just like oversetting these things into space? Because that could very well be too. But you would think, yeah, it seems like way too deep, but you would think it would set at a much lower height because the sidebar's got to be right about there. Because it's at 9 and 3. So I would say the top of the pins is probably right about there. Or the top of the sidebar pins. Again, that's why we practice, right? You gotta learn. But this is... No. Pin 1 is not a zero lift. Pin 2 is going to be a max lift. Pin 3 looks like it could potentially be a zero lift. I didn't even think about checking that, but I could very easily just be overset on pin 3 and all day long. Yeah, that's it. There we go. So we got it with 3. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. We got it with 3. And it's nothing you can feel. So I'm going to try that again. Marcino 311, hello, welcome. New face, nice to see you. All right, so I did get a click out of 1. See if we can duplicate that again. 3 is a zero lift, so we know that. We know that the half diamond works. I was oversetting pin 3 all day long. The zero lift question is actually what made me look at the key and determine. Tension-wise, I don't know, though. And there was no, like, satisfying, you know, pop or anything like that. It just kind of went. Yeah, it was very useful. But you see where my thought process goes with this. Like, am I going too high? Am I going to, like, that's where the shear line is for the pins and the sidebar. So what is max lift? Like, what is... Yeah, progress is all I really care about. I don't... This will get opened. For sure. We will get this bad boy open. And I'm glad I looked at that lock. Or at the key. Because I would have probably just kept setting pin 3 like to the moon. But I mean, then again, I knew I was doing something wrong. Like, clearly it ain't right. So I got to figure out how you know when you're set. And how much tension do I need? That's what I got to figure out now. I got it open with 3, but 3 is a long way from where I need to be. Can we do it with the Jimmy Longs? Did you get it open? Yeah, congratulations. That could be the problem with my other canard, is it's got a zero lift, and or my other DeGard. Maybe there's a zero lift and I'm just mashing it to the moon. It's hard to tell sometimes. Congratulations. Happy for you. Okay, I did feel a release in the core on that one. It popped, it released. Pin 2 is my sticking point right now. Yeah, Broke said he was going to send me his multi-lock. If he actually does, then awesome. Like, I will pick that sucker open and be a purple belt as well. I was hoping to get the anchor loss picked, but I can't get any distatainer picks, so. Yeah, good. That's what we are trying to do. Like, I don't pretend like I know what the hell I'm doing. I just have a lot of determination. And I see other people do things, and there's no way I can't not do them. So, with that in mind, like, congratulations, bud. Like, keep going at shit. Fail over and over and over. Eventually, you will get it. Yep. Thank you, bud. I'm glad that seeing me struggle bus things helped you, because it's really what it's all about. You just keep going. Again, we are back to struggle bussing, and I know how to open this. Mick just exposed you. You just got outed as a purple. Barney alert. Congratulations, Tara. I wish you had told me you were submitting. Like, I got one more to get picked, and I will submit myself. Yeah, he's got an interactive. He said he was going to send. So if he doesn't, that's it's cool. Like, I can't fault the guy. He's been very helpful to me. So he's already done his share of the work for me. I mean, I can always buy one too. I got a brown belt showing up. I got keys for my Everest Primus showing up, and control keys. So this one might actually be able to go into the same thing that this one goes into. I just will need different tailpiece. And then that's a brown. This one here's a red. So hopefully we can get these picked. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Right now my tension's kind of heavy. I don't remember how, I was trying to remember how I achieved the open on the other one. And I want to say the tension was moderately heavy, like, number 2 pin is a deep set on this. Cool. Nico just sent me a message. I got to get him his lockout. They are. Accomplishments are for celebration. So if you guys are drinking or smoking, there we go. There it is. If you guys are drinking and smoking, fire them up, tilt them back. I will join you in a Diet Coke swig. King T. Now, as I look at this lock, I've got, or look at this key, I have a zero lift followed by a max lift with a max lift in the front. So I might have to stop dropping my tensioners. That might be a good start. I wouldn't be in this lock if, as is, like, if it wasn't for everybody. Like, I've got this thing pinned down to 3 pins. So it's like picking a frickin' white belt lock, but the mechanism's so odd. I think I'm gonna go with a higher lift jimmies and see if that will get this, because I'm gonna have to go max lift, zero lift, max lift. And there's mastered pins in here too still, so it's getting like helped along. Like I'm not like officially picking it yet. Like I'm still picking master pins, so let's go with a round hook 19 thousandths deep round hook from Jimmy, and see if that might be too much pick. That just might be too much pick. Yeah, soon. We will be pinning up soon. Without a doubt. Yeah, that is too much pick. My tension was relatively like medium on that. Yeah, that is way too much pick. Back to this half diamond. I think I just overset pin 3 and I wasn't trying to touch it. The pins are pretty close together. It's pretty easy to get on one that you're not intending to. We can get one more open and then we're putting those 3 pins back in it and going for one side. There, that was an easy one. I gotta figure out what that just did. Yeah, there we go. I don't know how to tell when they're set. Like, that's freaking crazy. There is no telltale sign that it's picked. Maybe I can tell. It's pretty floppy here. So weird. All the fighting around. And that's what it does. So I can't even tell you what the set sensation feels like. It doesn't have one. The only reason this is open is because I am aware of what the key looks like. Although pin 3 is pretty solid feeling right now. Yeah, I think that Zarker's a green belt disc detainer. It's supposedly a decent open. I don't know. I don't get anywhere with the D&Ds. I feel like I'm doing stupid shit when I'm trying to open those up. I don't know. I do have some pick spacers showing up to help keep my pick level. That might help. Yeah, I mean, inevitably, you're going to have to get into, if you're trying to go via belt rankings, you're inevitably going to have to try and go after some stuff that's not in your comfort level. So, in order to get locks that are at the caliber of stuff you're supposed to pick, I did have him make spacers. So if you're going to order spacers from him, he knows exactly what I ordered. He actually found the print file for me. So when I get them, they'll be here in a few days. Like, I will show them off, and I'm sure if you say, hey, I'm trying to order the same shit Cheese Grits ordered, he'll know. Yeah, 0.5 millimeter increments. Swamp, I'm going to show you right now, when you go to open this lock, you don't need a plug follower. What you need to do, let me get this, it doesn't matter which direction it is, but you need to grab the sidebars. One here and one here. I have one out of this entirely, but you grab the sidebar. And then if you look at my orientation, I've got three dimples here. On the other side, there's 2 dimples. The other sidebar matches this. Make sure you keep track of those items. Those little artifacts there will help you put your lock back together correctly. Because you're going to be nervous as shit once you open this up. I am now at a comfort level with the lock where, yeah, I'm about to lose springs again. So here we go. Well, let's, I wish I had a little tiny needle nose to just kind of pull that out slowly, but I do not. The needle nose I have is not tiny. Tweezers, where are you? Not the pinning tweezers. Yeah, pinning tweezers will work. Okay. Yeah, new tool, like super tiny needle nose, like quality one probably, just so I don't ruin my shit that I'm working on by squeezing way too hard. Yeah, that might be, hemostats might be the forceps or whatever the hell they're called. Hemostats, that might be the locking needle nose kind of thing. I use this damn half diamond for everything. Let me grab this one. This one's got a lip on it. Yeah, roach clips. That's exactly what is needed. I don't smoke. I can now no longer handle the potency of weed. What people do to weed now is ain't nobody got no business pissing plants off like that. They are way too strong. Which is funny because I like me some fungus, but I know the intensity that I'm signing on for. There, with smoking, I have no idea what I'm getting into. I'm a lightweight now. It's been so long that I take one hit and I'm like hiding from the damn boogeyman. Ooh, we almost launched again. We almost launched again, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the cap is off. And we need to try and get these back in correctly. So, the pinning on this little channel right here needs to go perpendicular to the lineup of the lock. That's what the sidebar interacts with. This is I'm guessing, I don't remember, this one is a non-mastered slider. There is one little tiny hole that sidebar needs to connect with. This is a full lift on the key. In fact, where is the key? This pin here we put it in this pin, 2, 3. This pin interacts here. Like right after that no touch. That's pretty serious. Adding parts. Yeah, buddy. It's like putting together a Heath kit or something. It's pretty cool, though, I will say. I'm glad I have it. What I do have is a hammer to paper clip to try and pick quick set smart keys. And I use this as a guide to correct the orientation on my pins. Push it all the way down, and then you can turn it with this little paper clip. Actually, the flat one is not the one I use. I use a normal round paper clip for that. I put it in there, in the little hole, and then I can steer the pen where it needs to go so that it's in the correct orientation for the sidebar. I don't know if you can actually see in there or not. I can see in there, but I've got my freaking magnifying glasses on and almost like jeweler's loops. Speaking of which, we got a jeweler's loop around here somewhere. Okay, next pin. keep dropping the pens. This is definitely a mastered pen. No, that's got a false gate. It's got two openings. One is false and one is real. That's a normal pen. Like, it took me a while to identify what the pens were, what I was looking at. Why is this pen not going down? That's weird. What is underneath there? There we go. And we're home. Everything is lined up. So yeah, this is a real thing. Like, taking these things apart it's helpful. It is stress. It is added stress to the lock. It is difficulty that comes into play, like, but it does help. I'm reading the thing right now. Looks like my live feed is frozen. Nope, there we go, it's moving. Make sure you press these springs down enough to get clearance with your shim over them, Swampy, when you start playing with it, because they will go underneath the coils, and then you got other issues. You a mechanic and don't own calipers? Calipers are important for any sort of crafting. I've got a super like nice set of analog ones, which I'm not very good at reading. And then I've got a digital set. The digital set is pretty nice. It's easy to read. You can convert from millimeters to thousandths of an inch in a press of a button. There we go. Let's throw it back in the body. Throw the key in, and you can see the pen alignment there. All 12 of them, but I'm only using one sidebar, so. Remember, the three nodules go up. Don't forget, make sure you check yours. Yours may be different. but it will definitely affect everything if you put your lock together differently. Uh-oh. There we go. Key is in. Why are we struggle bussing here? Shouldn't be. Leave the key in so we can get it in all the way. Is that the deal? Oh, I'm going in the wrong way, that's why. Don't put it in backwards. That's key. Put it in the right way. Nobody likes a surprise backdoor kick in. All right. Swampy, I'm glad. I hope it takes the anxiety out of opening it up. Like, it's gonna be stressful enough to open it up. Like, knowing what's going on inside, you're gonna be stressed enough. I'm glad that you're able to watch me in and out of it numerous times because I remember the first time I opened it up, I was like, oh shit, what is going on here? Key still works. This is definitely a situation though. I hope your key doesn't look like that where you go max to the lowest to the max. The other side isn't so bad. There is some fluctuation in it, but I might actually knock these peaks down a little bit more because that is a serious. So, okay, now that it's here, and I know I can open it at some point, let's do it without the screw first. Make sure that it's operational. It is operational. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we managed to get a 3-pin master wafered bilock open on this round of hanging with cheese grits. Is it everything I thought it was going to be? No, I was hoping to get a purple belt out of this. Not the case. But let's see. Yes, it is a win. I don't see how this is anything less than a black belt, even with masters. But what do I know? I'm just a lowly lock picker. Let's see if we can get an open with half the cylinder at this point. Now that we've made some progress with it. My tension has been moderately heavy this whole time, so number 3 is a 0. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get around that 0 lift. That is ferocious. Okay, come on. I know, like, going from 1 pin to 5 pins makes a huge difference in picking locks. So I'm sure going from 3 pins to 6 pins just made this lock unpickable for me, but that's okay. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn how to get around that 0 lift, because that is a thing in this lock. I feel like I got the asshole of assholes for locks, though. What's going on, Stang? Did your package show up, Mustang? I don't remember. I'm getting old. My memory isn't what it used to be. What did I send you? Yeah, I sent you the Burn B1 Far Away. That's right. But I was watching one of Andrew's videos, and sitting on the right-hand side of his computer is a Cheese Grits and NyQuil sticker. I about shit my pants. Holy shit, that's a nice sticker, dude. Yeah, this no-lift pin is a situation for sure. Poses some difficulty. I feel like it's too low to get a deep hook under it. And the keyway, like, this one here's a deep round hook, 19 thousandths. But what I've really been working with is the half diamond. But I have a zero lift, a high lift, max high lift, zero lift, max high lift situation going on, one after another here. And it's, yeah, round hooks, baby. That's right. I do got a monkey paw. I got a couple of these, but different heights. But I'm having a real hard time with this zero lift because there's not much room in the bottom of this. But I will say this Greyhound's pick is beautiful, and it's strong. I got the jimmies out. The 19 thousandths round hook. I'm trying everything right now. I'm throwing everything at this thing, trying to figure out what works best in it. And so far, it's been that flat or the half diamond. That's what I was using in the first place, was the flat hooks, the gem hooks. You know what I haven't tried is gem hooks. This might be the answer. Yeah, I know. But it also hangs up on things. At least for me. That that little angle, the point on that flat hook catches on things in here. And it's, which with this, it's angled at both ends, so. That's it. Throw them ideas out though, like every idea helps. Come on. Yeah, these here are gem, like J-E-M or G-E-M, gem hooks. The modulars. I don't hate advice. It gives me something to think about. Maybe I'm not thinking about something correctly, you know? I don't want to let tension go yet, but I'm about to. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get the friggin' 12 pins on this thing. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're going to set that shit back down. This one here might work because it's able to get, it's got a decent reach. This is one of the gem hooks, but it's shallow enough that I can get in there and twisty pick underneath everything. And I just felt the core let go on one push. So this might be my answer. There is my zero lift. this one here. One of these pins is like so high after this zero lift. It's crazy. I think that's set. Every idea counts because I'm running out of them. That just loosened something up. Put some hair on it. Right there. Little landing strip, if you would. You know, I've had this thing apart numerous times and I have not done that. That's actually a pretty good idea. However, I will say there is no driver pins in this. It is all sidebar shit, so it's not really something that's visual that you can just see. Believe me, I wish it was. Oh boy, do I wish it was. I don't know if I'm oversetting pin 3 when I do that. Yeah, there's no driver pins. This is a crazy lock, buddy. We did make progress with it tonight, so come on, go. I gotta do something with my modular handles. These handles keep popping off on one nipple. I think the post is too short, maybe. I'm gonna do something with them. Maybe I'll super glue them. Supposedly you can put magnets in them or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not afraid to lose shit on camera. That's for sure. Yeah, I could CA glue it. Could duct tape it. All right. I think I am good for the evening. This has been a fun and educational run at it. I will say that. Everybody's input has been helpful and beneficial. And we've seen how this thing works. I didn't teach shit a lesson. I learned to keep my thumb over the springs, though, I'll tell you that. Thanks, Mick. Love you too, buddy. This is frustrating. It's good. It's a good lock. It is a constant learning situation. There's Mustang. Now he's getting it. Now he's getting it. Look at that sexy thing, man. There's the key. And out of these lovely 12 pins, I just happen to have a extreme high followed by an extreme low followed by an extreme high in the pinning. And it's a very, although it seems like it's an open keyway, there is something that drops lower than this centerpiece here in the center that runs the length of the lock. So it's not as roomy as it looks. Yeah, this was designed by somebody that was mad at people. Again, my buddy, he was like, "So what's the best lock you've seen yet?" I said, "Australian Bylock by far." I wish I had these on everything. Honestly, like I wish they were available here. Like they are amazing mechanisms. I don't even know if the company is active anymore. I could do some research because I'm gonna need springs. I am definitely gonna need springs. But it is the most secure lock I have seen in my life. I understand why it's a double black belt lock. Obviously, it's not in this format a double black belt lock, but I feel like it's more than purple because this is way gnarlier than anything in the guard for sure. Yeah, it's a great lock, and when you order it, tell them it's cheese grits and NyQuil recommended. Let him know Western Mass recommend getting it through him if you order it from him, because he was really good to me about the whole thing. And now that it's operational, like I'm gonna reach back out to him and let him know where we're at and let him know so that we can have a good business transaction between the two of us, because he was very he stood behind his business model 100%, and I absolutely respect that. Keyman, that's one of the funniest things I've heard. Exactly. Where the locks are freaking dangerous. Like, I do feel like I'm starting to understand maybe some feedback in the lock, but I can't even pretend like I know what I'm feeling. After 216 minutes of like molesting this thing, I still am not sure what I'm feeling. It's that kind of a lock. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night and get some sleep and get my shit done nice and early tomorrow. I'll get my painting clear coated, because I've got to send that off to Germany, I believe. I belong to a group that does an art exchange every few months, and I got to get a painting out. I received one that was pretty cool, but mine still needs to get sent. Dude, the size of the middle finger that's in this lock is unbelievable. It gives you the bird, and you can feel it in your soul. That's what I'm doing now, is pushing down under and then scooping to get past that zero lift. And I don't know if that's working. I don't know if this pick is the right pick for this. I need to maybe do some... I definitely need to see what other people are using to pick this lock. Because it is definitely... It's a different animal, for sure. I'm happy I got it open at the pinning level I did get it open at. That's cool. I should have probably just went to 4 pins instead of 6. But we're at 6. I got to end up at 12, so... but it was definitely a momentum changer for me, and like just that little bit of success goes a long, long, long way. I gotta figure out that 2, 3, 4 pin situation, because that's real, and it's giving me a bad attitude. Yeah, like, it's hard to tell if that's a pen or if that's ward. I'm pretty sure that's a pen, but it's dead. It's not doing anything, so I don't know if it's overset or what the deal is. Yeah, I know people have put some time into these locks. I'm not sure. I think Marson's pick on it was an hour and a half or something freaking crazy straight. Like, but all right. Yeah, buddy. So we are going to call it at that for now. We started with an operational lock. We are ending with an operational lock. We have got it apart and back together and apart and back together. We've become very intimately acquainted with this lock. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy you guys came along for the ride. I appreciate it. I wasn't planning on going live. I was just going to sit here and do it, but I wanted to give an update on a thing, which I will plug again. As of Wednesday, we are done taking entries. We have 46 people entered in the basic giveaway, and we have 9 challenge locks active, which is a way bigger turnout than I anticipated. So thank you, everybody that has gotten involved with it at that level. We have put 9 more challenge locks into the world, just with this little activity. Somebody did their blue belt project. I think it was Suspects. Was that who? Somebody did. Somebody's blue belt project just got completed. So that makes me really, really, really happy. Like, really happy. That was the whole thing behind it all, was to get everybody more active in it. And you know, if you're doing the belt rankings and you're not at that point yet, at least your project is done. All you got to do is get your pick. And if you pick a Packlock 98 Pro, you kill two birds with one stone. So literally, you kill three birds with one stone by participating in this. And great. So everybody, you have a good night. We will see you Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern time. And hopefully I see some of you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Eastern time on the Steve Leahy Art Show. Stephen Leahy Art, YouTube. Get yourself some art. Enjoy it. He's got one of the best live feed shows I have ever seen in my life, just in regards to the information he puts out, as well as his generosity and the interaction of everybody else that's watching. It is Swampy joined us, and Chuck Soup joined us, and everybody there welcomed them instantly. And Swampy even won a painting, his first time out. So yeah, I hope to see you all there. Yeah, buddy.